Chapter 4, Module 4, Values, Attitudes, and Work Behavior. Values, a broad tendency to prefer certain states of affairs over others. Values are very motivational. Not everyone holds the same values. Generational differences result from age and different socialization experiences while growing up. In this chart, we can see 4 generations in today's workplace. Traditionalists born between 1922 and 1945, baby boomers born 1946, 1964, Generation X born between 1965 and 1980, millennials born 1981 to 2000. Percentage workplace 8%, traditionalist, baby boomers 44%, Generation X 34%, millennials 14%, and increasing very rapidly. Cultural differences in values. Work centrality, the importance of work in your life. Halstead and the later studies analyzed 5 basic dimensions of work-related values that differ across cultures. Halstead's study continued. Power distance. First, power distance, the extent to which an unequal distribution of power is accepted by society members. Second, uncertainty avoidance, the extent to which people are uncomfortable with uncertain and ambiguous situations. Number 3, masculinity versus femininity. Masculine cultures clearly differentiate gender roles and stress economic performance. Feminine cultures stress equality and quality of life. Number 4, individualism versus collectivism. Individualistic societies stress independence, individual initiative, and privacy. Collective cultures favor interdependence and loyalty to family or clan. 5. Long-term versus short-term orientation. Long-term tends to stress persistence, perseverance, thrift, and status differences. Here we see a chart showing cross-cultural value comparisons. High, low and high, power distance, individualism, masculinity, uncertainty avoidance, long-term orientation. Cultural implications. Importing and exporting OB theories. The basic organizational questions are the same. The answers vary across nations, and understanding cultural value differences is integral to success. Cross-cultural implications. Appreciating global customers. Different values are reflected in different needs, tastes, and ways of doing business. Cross-cultural implications. Developing global employees. Companies need to select, train, and develop employees to better appreciate differences in and implications of cultural values in organizational behavior. Attitude. A fairly stable, evaluated tendency to respond consistently to some specific object, situation, person, or category of people. A function of what we think and feel. Belief plus value, attitude, behavior. Belief plus value equals attitude and then behavior. Attitude reflects on job satisfaction, organizational commitment. Job satisfaction. A collection of attitudes that workers have about their jobs. Includes facet satisfaction, example, individual components such as the work itself, compensation, supervision. Overall satisfaction, the average of facet satisfaction. Sample items from the job descriptive index with satisfied responses. work, people, promotions, supervision, pay. Routine, creative, tiresome, gives sense of accomplishment. In work, people, stimulating, ambitious, talk too much, hard to meet. Promotions, good opportunity for advancement, promotion on ability, dead-end job, unfair promotion policy. Supervision, asks my advice, praises good work, doesn't supervise enough, tells me where I stand. Pay, income adequate for normal expenses. Bad, less than I deserve, highly paid. What determines job satisfaction? 1. Discrepancy theory. Job satisfaction or dissatisfaction stems from the discrepancy between job outcomes wanted and the outcomes perceived to be obtained. Perception is dictated by workers' beliefs and values. What determines job satisfaction? Second, fairness. Distributed fairness or justice occurs when people receive what they think they deserve from their jobs. Equity theory is a comparison tool that people use to determine distributed fairness. Equity theory, perceived equity exists when my outcomes divided by my inputs equals others' outcomes over others' inputs. Inputs may be workers' training, education, hard work. Outputs may be organizational pay, career opportunities. Equity theory looks at individual contribution. Procedural fairness, justice, occurs when the process used to determine work outcomes is seen as reasonable. It should follow consistent procedures over time and across people, use accurate information, and appear unbiased, allow two-way communication during the allocation process, welcome appeals. Interactional fairness, interactional justice, occurs when people feel they have received respectful and informative communication about an outcome. Interactional unfairness leads to dissatisfaction with the boss. Procedural unfairness leads to dissatisfaction with the system. What determines job satisfaction? Number 3, disposition. The contribution of an employee's personality to their job satisfaction. Some people are predisposed to be more or less satisfied. Refer also Chapter 2, Big 5 Personality Traits. What determines job satisfaction? 4. Mood and emotion. Emotions are intense and often short-lived feelings caused by a particular event, whereas moods are less intense, longer-lived, and more diffuse feelings. Mood and emotion. Affective event theory reminds us that jobs consist of a series of events and happenings that have the potential to influence moods and emotions. Emotional contagion, tendency for moods and emotions to spread between people or throughout a group. Emotional regulation, requirement for people to conform to certain display rules in their job behavior in spite of their true mood or emotions, also called emotional labor. Example, a frequent need to suppress negative emotions may decrease job satisfaction and increase stress. Mood and emotion help explain different levels of job satisfaction in people with similar jobs, beliefs, and values. In this graph, we can see how discrepancy in fairness, disposition, mood, and emotion affect job satisfaction. This is very important. We begin with values and beliefs. They are permeated by fairness, and we perceive fairness as job outcomes wanted and perceived job outcomes outcomes received. And if we see discrepancy tied by disposition, mood, and emotion, we have what we call job satisfaction. Key contributors to job satisfaction: mentally challenging work, adequate compensation, career opportunities, people, especially superiors and co-workers. Are they considered? Will they help me improve job outcomes? Consequences of job satisfaction: absence from work, sometimes unavoidable. Example, illness, weather. Many other factors may influence absences. Example, company policies, norm, absence culture. Consequences of job satisfaction: turnover, resigning from an organization. Hiring and training and developing employees to achieve proficiency is very expensive. Less satisfied workers are more likely to quit. Some dissatisfied workers may stay in their jobs. In these graphs, we can see how job satisfaction plus organizational commitment plus shocks can lead to turnover. Job satisfaction, organizational commitment plus community ties, job market, and shocks. Here we have turnover intentions, utility of quitting, job search, if we see that there's a lot of opportunities, comparison of alternatives, and finally we end with the turnover. Consequences of job satisfaction: performance. High job satisfaction is one of the keys to good performance. Reverse is also true. Rewarding good performance increases job satisfaction. Connection is stronger for more complex jobs, sciences, engineering. Consequences of job satisfaction: organizational citizenship behavior, OCB, voluntary informal behavior that contributes to organizational effectiveness. Job satisfaction contributes greatly to OCB. Also critical to organizational citizenship behavior is procedural and interactional fairness. Organizational citizenship behavior forms OCB, helping others, conscientiousness to details of work, being a good sport, courtesy, and cooperation. Customer satisfaction and profits. Directly related to employee satisfaction, reduced absenteeism and turnover contribute to seamless delivery of services. OCB stimulates good teamwork. Good mood is contagious for customers too. Organizational commitment, an attitude that reflects the strength of the linkage between an employee and an organization. Three types of organizational commitment: affective commitment, continuance commitment, and normative commitment. Affective commitment is based on identification and involvement with an organization. Want to be involved, and the person wants to be involved. Continuance commitment is based on the costs that would be incurred in leaving an organization. Have to be involved. In continuance, people believe they have to be involved. A normative commitment is based on the ideology or a feeling of obligation to an organization. And here the person thinks that he or she should be involved. Consequences of organizational commitment: reduces turnover rates. Affective commitment is positively related to performance. Continuance commitment is negatively related to performance. Consequences of very high levels of organizational commitment can cause work-life balance conflicts, is implicated in unethical illegal behavior, can cause lack of innovation, can cause resistance to change. Workplace shifts, demographics, technology, global competition, need flexible workforce changes. The nature and focus of employee commitment